All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with ounce. Maybe we could do something with an en, and then we could do o-en, something like that. But what would we do? Oh wow, it feels like there should be some token. Token would work. Okay, well, one of the ends is a lie, so there's definitely an E and there's definitely no. Oh, the K is interesting because it's unlikely that there is a K, right? So that's probably the lie. We could do. If we do TE, if we put an E at the end. But if we think there's no K, that means there's no N, which means you can't put an E at the end. But we could do. We can't do the E there either. We could do ET and then new letters. Retry isn't bad. I like to do the repeated letters on this puzzle. Okay, well, one of the T's is a lie, but again, we already knew there was an E. And if there's no K, then there is a T. That means the T is the lie. Oh, and the R's. Yeah, the R thing. We got the second one yellow. This is why I do the double letters, basically, to look for this. So, so here's the thing. Can these both be true? That's the question. The answer is no. For those who haven't seen it before, I'll explain quickly. Basically, those can't both be true because that means there's one R, and it's in neither of those places, but in that case, the first one should be yellow and the second one should be gray. Those can't both be true, which means one of them is a lie, which means everything else on the row is true, which means there's no T, which means that's the lie, which means these are true, which means there's no N, and there is a K, but there's no C. And there is an E that's first or third. Wow, okay, let's go SKE. But we either need no R, two R's, or an R there. Could we do ERK? It can't be twerk. I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm kind of thinking no R. SKE, no R. Or maybe EK? The K is weird. We've got a K. We can't really put it at the EAK. EAK. Yeah, that'll work. Break. No, we can't do the R. Bleak. The solve is looking bleak. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it's EAK. The B is the lie, probably. But we can't do an R. Speak. There we go. I just had to speak the right word out loud. Just took a few retries and an ounce of luck, I guess. And we got there in 4, so not too bad. So let me know how your solve went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.